Well, I think you have to just be prepared for those 12 or 13 hours that you shoot, that you know that you're going to shoot for so many hours, and you have to keep yourself motivated all the time. And you can't, well, you can relax, but you can't relax to that extent that, oh, I think now my scene is over, so I'm going to relax. No, I don't think that should happen. You have to be there. You have to keep yourself motivated to as much as possible. Uh, Read, do something, don't sleep, because once you sleep, then again, you get into that slumber and that whole energy has to come back to you. So I think it is very necessary to keep yourself cool, calm, and motivated at the same time.
How do you handle stress and pressure in such environments? You work with different directors. Every director has a different style, different, idea, perception. So how do you actually work in that sort of environment?
Yeah, I mean, fortunately for me, I've been blessed with working with directors who are very, very cool and calm and collected on set. There's no screaming, there's no shouting. So stress levels are really low. They're not as high. Yes, there is the stress of having to complete your work in a particular day, and you can't mess up. You need to be prepared, well prepared with your lines, so that you don't lose time, you don't lose everybody else's time, you don't lose the director's time. Uh, there's a production that is behind you or behind the director saying that, we have only 1 hour now and you still have 2 scenes to go. So that kind of stress we don't take on, but we have to be prepared with our lines as actors. We have to be ready on set. If the director says, yes, we're doing this scene now, be prepared, be ready. We have so much time left and we have so much time for the scene. You have to be there. So fortunately for me, I really don't take that kind of stress.
I remember listening to something where you mentioned in a different podcast that there was a time when you were not actually getting roles in the industry.
Yes.
And you were focusing on your business. That takes a toll on you mentally. How do you deal with that? I think it's very important for our audience to know that in every profession, everyone goes through different phases. I think when the audience looks at actors in general, they feel that they got it easy, but it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard work. I mean, this is what you see on screen is the final product. What goes in making that product is what is really interesting. And yes, there was a time in television when I did not get work for about 11 months. And I started to doubt myself. I asked my wife whether I'm good enough to continue in the field or not. And I had worked for so many years, and suddenly there was no work, and there was a lull. And I didn't realize what happened. I couldn't understand what was the reason for production houses or channels not asking me to come back and work with them. Fortunately, Shruti, I had my business to fall back on. Not many people have plan B. You always have only plan A because you don't think that anything is going to go wrong. But when something does go wrong, then you suddenly realize you should have had plan B as well. I had plan B, which was my business, and I tried to focus on my business. But at the back of my mind, I always thought that what happens if I don't get work anymore? I will continue in my business. But there will always be that niggle in my head saying that, oh, was I good enough or not good enough for people to suddenly reject me? Well, reject I think is a very strong word. To not ask me to come back and work for them or some other channels or some other production houses. I left it at that. And my wife said, just forget about it. When it happens, it'll come.